Are you over 40 and feeling like your body is no longer cooperating with you? Your energy is gone. Your confidence might be starting to slip, or maybe it has slipped. You are not alone. I want to share with you today in this video the 7 steps that I took to reclaim my energy, my confidence, my strength as a woman over 40. It is my signature 7-step framework that really helped me to reclaim my health after a major setback. It's not about a crash diet. It's not about perfection, but it's about building strength, energy, and confidence with a sustainable real life approach. The focus is on consistency, not perfection. So this is what I call my balance method. It's the balance method. It's a framework for high performing women who are over 40 and want to look good, feel good, have confidence, feel like themselves again. And so what I wanted to do today is share with you the 7 steps that I use. These are not things that you're going to do all at once, but these are things that I certainly want you to think about as sort of a wellness framework for a healthy lifestyle. Now, my name is Heather, and I make videos on my YouTube channel about yoga, fitness, nutrition, and mindset. All the different wellness strategies, healthy lifestyle topics that I talk about are based in yoga philosophy. It's not woo-woo yoga or anything like that. It's really more about having consistency, self-discipline, not talking down to yourself, things like this. Okay. So let's go into the balance method. This is a 7-step framework that I created to really help me get back on track with my healthy lifestyle as a woman over 40. And I want to share this with you. And the first is build strength through movement. So this is the idea that we're going to focus on getting stronger, building muscle, and doing things to help our bodies be nice and strong. So we're going to have movement every single day, whether it's weightlifting, it might be doing some yoga, it might be doing some paddleboarding or some hiking or some sort of movement that you enjoy doing. The idea here is that we're getting movement in every single day, focused movement. We are saying this is something that I'm doing to keep my body healthy, keep my body moving so that I can be healthy and strong for years to come. A stands for adequate hydration. A lot of us, most of us, are chronically underhydrated. We're not drinking enough water. So adequate hydration really is just this reminder to drink our water every single day. And you want to make sure that you're getting enough water. That's really going to help hydrate your organs. Your skin is going to look so much better. You're going to have more energy. You're going to notice a big difference when you have adequate hydration in your day-to-day life. L is to lower your stress levels. I always say with this one that people say to me, Heather, that one is easier said than done. You know, we all have all sorts of stress every single day. Stress is not going to go away. We know that stress is not going to go away. You have responsibilities, you have a job, you have a family, you have pets, you have kids, you have grandkids, you have all of these responsibilities, and it can create some stress in your life. The idea here is that we're going to take some concerted effort, some focused effort to lower your stress levels. So what does that mean? That means things like maybe taking 3 minutes of silent meditation, even if it's locking yourself in the bathroom for 3 minutes to just breathe, right? It can be taking, a few moments to listen to a meditation, or maybe sitting in the car for just a moment to get some peace and quiet. Or maybe it's going to a yoga class, or maybe it's finding a hobby that you used to do when you were younger and you got out of it because you got so busy with life. Think about things that you used to do. Maybe you were an artist, maybe you drew, maybe you painted, maybe you sculpted, maybe you were really into hiking, maybe you're really into camping, and you just got out of it as you got older because life kind of took over. So L is to lower your stress levels. And we're not necessarily saying we need to get rid of all the stress in life because it's not going to go away, but it's what kinds of things can we do to help lower those stress levels in our life? The second A is adequate sleep and recovery. Now, I always say that I think sleep is probably one of the most important things that we can do to ensure that we're living a healthy lifestyle. This is something that is going to be important for our muscle tissues to repair, for our brain to reorganize thoughts and emotions and things like this. Our hormones have a chance to reset. There's a lot of things that happen during our sleep, and we want to make sure that you're getting enough sleep each night. Now, it can be harder as you get a little bit older and we start getting into perimenopause and you wake up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. on the dot, wide awake. Why am I awake? What am I doing here? But the idea here is that we're making a plan to get some adequate sleep, that we're setting a regular sleep schedule. You're not staying up until 1 a.m. scrolling TikTok and then you feel like crap the next day, things like that. And we're also planning for a recovery as well. So B is to build strength through movement. You're going to do some strength training. You're going to have some movement every single day, but we're not going to go hard. We're not going to go balls to the wall every single day. And that's the recovery piece to it, that your body builds muscle during sleep, during that recovery time. So we want to make sure that you're getting that adequate recovery. And is to nourish your body and mind. Now, this is a really big one here. Nourishing your body and mind covers a whole lot of stuff. First is nutrition. We're going to pay attention to the types of foods that we're eating. Nothing is off limits. I never say anything is off limits. There's no bad foods out there, but we want to eat certain foods in moderation. Pay attention to how certain foods make you feel. Some foods might make you feel energized and great. Other foods might make you feel heavy and bloated and weighed down. So you're paying attention to those kinds of things, the bodily feelings that you get from certain types of foods, and just paying attention to that. I also really like to focus on a whole foods nutrition, whole foods diet, which is going to consist of protein, which can be plant or meat-based protein, focusing on eating a lot of plants, so fruits, vegetables, grains, things like this, and then healthy fats, avocados, nut oils, things like that. All right, so that's the nourish your body piece to this. Now let's talk about nourishing your mind. And this is paying attention to the things that you are consuming: social media, scrolling TikTok, paying too much attention to Netflix, having way too much screen time, not getting enough time out in nature, things like this. Maybe you want to start reading books. I personally am on a journey right now to read paper books, like not the Kindle, not the screens. I'm going to read paper books. That's the thing that I'm on right now. Getting some time in nature, getting off of your computer. Many of us are on our computers all day just due to the nature of our jobs. So what kinds of things can we add into our lives that don't involve more screen time? Can we go for a walk after work, or maybe spend lunch outside, something like that? C is to create a success plan. So we can do all of these things haphazardly, kind of all over the place, feel like we're running amok, like it's just all over the freaking place. Like you're playing whack-a-mole, right? Create a success plan is this idea that we sit down at a point that feels good for you. Maybe it's Sunday evening, maybe it's Wednesday night, whatever it might be, and saying, okay, these are the things that I'm going to do this week. You create that plan and then you execute the plan. It reduces decision fatigue. So things like planning out what you're going to have for dinner each night of the week, it helps to reduce that decision fatigue, that you get home from work, you're off of work for the evening, and you've got hungry mouths saying, what's for dinner? What's for dinner? And you're sitting here trying to think about what's for dinner. Okay. So to create that success plan is this idea that you plan things out. Not everything is going to go perfectly. We know this. This is the way life is. But we have a general plan in place for a period of time, a week, a day, a half day, a vacation, whatever it might be. And you execute that plan. It reduces that decision fatigue. You don't have to constantly be making decisions, especially at the end of the day when your brain's already tired from all of the decisions that you had to make throughout the day at work. Okay. So create that success plan. And finally, E is to embrace consistency and accountability. And this is the idea that we're going to do all of these things, probably not all at once, especially if you haven't been focused on any of these at all. Add one thing in, pick one of these things in, and get consistent with it. Maybe it's going to take you 3 days. Maybe it's going to take you a week. It might take you 3 months to get consistent with it. But the idea here is that you're making a concerted effort to being consistent with your healthy lifestyle. And it's not this, I screwed up. What the hell? I might as well just go balls to the wall and, do whatever the heck I want, right? It's not that. It's, you know what? I did something that I'm not super happy about with myself, but I'm going to get back on the saddle, and it's, we're just going to continue moving forward. It's just part of being consistent over time. This is something that you're setting yourself up for the next 20, 30, 40 years of your life. That if you are a woman over 40 and you're saying to yourself, I want to be healthy and fit in my 80s, in my 90s, we're talking a whole nother lifetime here. Okay. So it's not this idea of like, I need to be perfect every single moment of every single day. It's being consistent month over month over month, year over year over year. And then accountability. And this is the idea that having a support system in your life as a way to help keep you accountable to your goals. Maybe you tell your friends your goals, your spouse. Maybe you hang your goals up on your refrigerator. I like to put mine on my Post-it note in the bathroom so I see it every morning. Maybe you hire a coach as an accountability coach to keep you on track with your goals. Maybe you find a local group of women and men who are on the same journey as you. Maybe you join a gym and you go to some of the group fitness classes, or you go to your yoga studio and you go to the regular classes on the schedule. You find some way that works for you to keep yourself accountable, knowing that sometimes you just need that sort of that external accountability to keep you moving forward towards your goals. Okay. So this is the balance method. This is a framework that I teach as a part of a healthy lifestyle. This is something this is for really anybody of any age. But I really like to focus on women over 40 who just kind of like just lost track, and you're like, I don't know where to begin. I don't know what to do. How do I get started again? It feels so overwhelming. That these are some of the basics that we get back to have that healthy lifestyle again. And over time, you're going to start to feel more energized, feel more confident, feel better in your body, feel better in your mind. And by doing all of these different things and bringing them all together, be consistent with them, you're going to see some results. You're going to feel those results. So this is the balance method for a healthy lifestyle. These are the 7 steps that I used personally to reclaim my energy, my confidence, feel good in my body again, feel good in my mind again. And if you do these things, you will feel a difference. So I hope that you found this information helpful. If you found this information helpful, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share this with a woman in your life who got some really amazing goals already in place and wants to amp things up to the next level.